Good afternoon, ladies. Welcome to Netzach Week. Today is Yesod Netzach. Yesod means to bond. It means that whatever it is that you're trying to empower to manifest, in this case, we're talking about trying to express, to get more in touch with our nitzchi, soulful part of ourselves. So the more you want to express yourself as a neshama, the more you need to feel connected to it. The more you need to feel intimately bound up with yourself as a neshama. Right? I need to feel that my neshama is a part of me. And the more deep and the real your connection is with your soul, then the more enduring and everlasting it will be. And of course, the flip side of this is also true, that the more I see my soul as separate from myself, or I see myself as separate from Hashem, then that will just weaken its eternality. So the Ben Adam le'atzmo, right? The exercise I would suggest for us for today to ourselves would be to really take time today, as hopefully you've been doing every day, but today really rededicate yourself to taking time to nurture yourself. To nurture, what do I mean to nurture yourself? To nurture yourself as a soul. To really give yourself that 5 minute, time out, 10 minutes, however long. Again, I never ever lost out by spending too much time with hanging out with my neshama. So even though the Yetzer Hara will try to convince you otherwise, but really nurture yourself. Protect this time between you and your neshama, just like you would protect your own child, because really your neshama is your child. It's your inner child. So we have to really guard this time and make sure that we're taking the time to feel Hashem's love, to feel the times in our life where Hashem helped us break through whatever obstacles we were facing, to connect to our soul's purpose, to get into that calm, relaxed, shivisi, hishtabus, hanefesh, balanced place, all the things that we've been talking about all week. So Yesod Benetzach would be really, really, really nurture yourself today and nurture that time. And dig deep, right? Because again, endurance, we said if it's going to be a divine endurance as opposed to a human endurance, you have to be willing to dig deep. You have to be willing to go and dig deep inside yourself. And I have 32 classes that actually talk about how to do this. I can't possibly describe it in 10 minutes. But that would be the exercise for today. In terms of Ben Adam L'Chavero, I would ask you to contemplate how do my relationships with others, with those around me, with my husband, with my children, or if you're not married, with anyone that you live with on a daily basis, how do my relationships, do they enhance my emunah? Remember we said netzach, our emunah is rooted in netzach. So do my relationships enhance my emunah, or do my relationships hinder my emunah? Right? And as I think I explained in my earlier classes, right? There's no relationships in my life that helped me more to work on my emunah than my children, and my desire to really work on my temper and on I just, as I explained, I saw that my needles were totally destroying my relationships with my kids, and it really forced me to bring Hashem more into my life and into our lives and into my family and into my home. And my kids were just an amazing barometer to really see where I was actually holding in my emunah. As my daughter said to me once in one of our interactions, she said, Ima, Hashem put me in this world to be your nisayon. And right, she was, right? That means Hashem put me in this world to challenge you, to test you. And she was so right on that, right on the money. So that's vis-a-vis our kids, vis-a-vis our spouses, right? So ideally, a divine marriage is one where your husband is working with you together. You're working together to not just enhance my soul, or I'm not just strengthening his soul, but together we're working to strengthen our unified soul, because really we're two halves of one whole. And if you want to hear more on that, I would highly recommend that you go to one of my favorite teachers and dear family friend, Rabbi Levinsky's website, becomingdivine.com, where he has a whole series on what does it mean becoming divine in marriage, and how the whole goal of marriage is to take that marital bond and use it to express your divine purpose, your divine goals in life, and also just working together on a project such as what I've been doing for the last few days here. So if a husband and wife are proactively working towards a goal together, right, especially if it's a godly goal, so then that bond of the relationship itself can propel them forward in a way that they couldn't possibly do by themselves, which is a great opportunity for me to actually thank my husband, because I couldn't possibly do this on my own without his love and encouragement, and just giving me the time and space to make these videos and helping me with the Hebrew text and the technical side of things and everything that I needed to really do this. So again, thank you to my husband for just being totally with me in this project. And that's again a perfect example of Yesod Shebenetzach, that our marital bond is what's hopefully going to drive the nitzchias of what it is that I'm trying to express. And finally, the bottom line I would say is that our relationships and the midos that get expressed in our relationships is a direct litmus test to where am I really holding, as I said before, where am I really holding vis-a-vis my emunah? And I want to just read to you again briefly from Bilvavi, Building a Sanctuary in the Heart, where he says exactly that. He says, the truth is that anger, he's talking about the midah of anger, the truth is that anger is a measuring rod for a person through which the extent of one's faith in Hashem's providence can be measured. The greater one's emunah is in Hashem's providence, the weaker is his trait of anger. And the further one is from faith in his providence, the greater will be his anger. So again, we can use our relationships and the midos in our relationships to directly point us towards where am I really holding vis-a-vis my emunah. And as we read, I think yesterday or the day before, that a person's entire avoda is to bring Hashem into the picture. So if whatever situation I'm in or my relationships may be challenging me in whatever way, the whole point of that is to bring Hashem into the picture, and to strengthen in our relationship with Hashem, and to strengthen in our awareness of Hashem is right here, right now, and is fully involved in whatever situation we're facing. And finally, in terms of Ben Adam Lamakom, so in terms of our relationship vis-a-vis Hashem, so because today is Yesod Shebenetzach, so the energy is extant in the air to really refortify myself in my connection, in my commitment, in my bonding with Hashem and with Hashem's Torah. And as Shavuos gets closer and closer, I want to rededicate myself more and more to that goal of Harata Ladas, Ki Hashem Hu Elokim Ein Od Milvado. How real am I with that truth in my life? How much am I really bringing that Ein Od Milvado consciousness into my moment-to-moment existence? And I want to just end with a tefillah that Hashem should help each and every one of us. And today is Yesod Shebenetzach. He should help us strengthen in our bond with ourselves, with our own neshama, and with one another, with our loved ones. And he should help us strengthen in our relationship to him and to his Torah. And we should ask ourselves today, has my relationship to Hashem and to Torah, has it changed at all? Has it grown? Has it developed? Am I moving forward vis-a-vis my connection, my feeling of being bound up with Hashem and Torah? And if I'm not, so Hashem, help me to rededicate myself to you, to your Torah. And just like we said that a husband and wife are really one neshama, so really all of Klal Yisrael is really one neshama. So Hashem, help me to care more about the Jewish people. Help me to care more. Help me to bond more with Am Yisrael, with Nishmas Yisrael. And in Yiras Hashem, the more we care more about one another, about ourselves, we nurture ourselves, we nurture the loved ones around us, and we nurture our relationship with Hashem and with His Torah and with all of Am Yisrael. That should provide a Yesod. Again, Yesod means foundation. So that should provide the foundation upon which all of my midos growth, all of the development in my midos and my character traits will be founded upon. as will my avodas Hashem, will be founded upon this Yesod, which I'm really trying to build today in a more committed way. And in so doing, in Yirtzeh Hashem, we'll all have a glorious and victorious day. Kol Tuv.